What's going on, y'all? 75Junction, it's your boy Sherm. I'm here with some very special guests today. Today I have Gary and Reese here. They are a couple, and they are here blessing us with some knowledge as far as generational wealth. What was the other one? Economic inclusion, correct?
Ending financial genocide.
Ending financial genocide.
Yes,
I like
sir.
it. I love it. So for those who don't know you guys please just introduce yourselves. Let us know who you are, what you do.
So my name is Reese. I currently work in human resources, but I've been a bartender all over the 7-5.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Just really plain and simple.
Got you. Gary.
I'm Gary Carter. I work at Newport News Shipyard.
Okay.
What else? Was in the military. Got out.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, did that. Had fun with it with the ODU for a little bit, and then I also worked at Walmart distribution for a little bit. But yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
I got you. So what kind of inspired you both to get involved with this ending of financial genocide, essentially, and what kind of inspired you to get on that path?
You know what?
Okay. Circles. We go in the same circles as far as, how can I explain this? Seeing my mom struggle and her mom struggle and her mom struggle. Why is it that we are consistently struggling? Why is it that we can't accomplish our goals?
Right.
And I guess just taking a second to step back and defining that struggle, it kind of, it opened up my mind to what is it that we're not doing? What is it that we don't know? What is it that we're not taking advantage of?
Gotcha.
And so that's why I'm very adamant in learning the information that isn't provided to me, that I have to, go and seek for myself, because this information is not provided in the school system.
Right.
A lot of it, we all utilize money. It's everybody. So why is it that we're not taught how to make it useful to us?
Right.
We're taught to make it useful to Dominion and Virginia Waterworks, but we're the ones going to work. So how can we make it useful to us?
I got you.
And how can we pass it down to our children and our children's children? Like everybody's building legacies around us, but what are we building for ourselves?
Okay. Facts. Gary?
Yeah, for me, I just got tired of doing the same old thing. You get what I'm saying? Similar to her, I would wonder what, like, I used to work at Walmart distribution, and when I used to work there, I would calculate how much money that somebody had told me how much money Walmart made off the boxes that we palletized and stacked and loaded into the trucks. And I just started thinking, like, man, why am I building this company's, like, legacy instead of my own? You get what I'm saying? Why am I it's every time I go to work at the shipyard, I make the shipyard about, I want to say $200 as soon as I go through the turnstile.
Yeah.
Why am I making somebody else's dream come true, and I'm not making my own dreams come true? Why do we as a society abandon our dreams? You get what I'm saying? Like, what was it that you wanted to do when you were younger that you never, you got discouraged from, or you abandoned because you never thought it would make too much money? Why do we abandon those things? That's one of the things I really started thinking about and trying to figure out how can I get back to finding who I really am, and how can I get financially stable to do and create the hobbies that I wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? But that was one of the things that really started getting my mind going, and I guess opened my eye, or whatever, got woke, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah,
Let's not associate woke with this, but
yeah, but
I got you.
I get you, but yeah,
That's not woke.
that's yeah, it's not.
So that's kind of what got you on that path. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. And yeah, I mean, you all both made very valid points. I mean, in America, especially in Black America, we get our dreams, and our dreams, the extent of our dreams, especially for males, is basketball, football, rapper. That's
Exactly.
it. You know what I'm saying? Or drug dealer. you know, and the aspirations kind of end there. But, you know, you have black kids that want to be doctors. You have black kids that want to be astronauts. You have black kids that want to do all these things, be entrepreneurs, you know, own a franchise, whatever the case is. And they get discouraged. They don't get taught the proper resources. They don't get all these things that, you know, a lot of other races are afforded. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
So y'all made very valid points, especially with the constant circles of struggling, because it is generational. You know, you see your grandma struggle, you see your mother struggle, you see all these things happening, and you're like, all right, well, we need to make a change. So why not make the change with us? You know, and just kind of start from that point forward. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys feel like the African American community could get that will kind of help us get on the right path to get that financial freedom and to end that, as you said earlier, economic genocide.
Honestly, a lot of us we don't want to listen. We're so caught up in what we know because we were taught to survive.
Right.
We were taught survival tactics. We weren't taught how to learn after we accomplish what our community deemed as an accomplishment. So the ability to be moldable,
Okay.
if that's a word.
Yeah, multiple.
Malleable,
Yeah.
moldable, yes. I know
Right.
what you
The
mean.
ability to step out of our comfort zone, to listen to people. I mean,
And not be skeptical of everything.
Right,
Like
right.
our generation, just the black community in general, we are very skeptical of everything. Everybody
Very untrusting.
We're very untrusting, and that it really is called for. But I mean, it's time to make a change. So we have to start being able to depend on one another,
Right.
And reach a helping hand.
Absolutely.
Reach out a helping hand.
Okay. So, and do you feel like the education system, we need to start there as well? You know, as far as like
Absolutely.
what the kids are being
Definitely.
taught.
Yeah, I remember you made the comment before when we were talking, and you said that what the children are doing in high school should be pushed back to middle school, and then in high school they act on it.
Right.
I honestly feel like, I mean, because financial literacy is not rocket science. It's something so simple that we can all learn, and the outcome is drastically different. It's you gain more than, we hear financial literacy and we think that we're automatically going to know how to master accounts for a major corporation. No, it's just knowing how to utilize our money. It's so simple. It's, I've learned a lot as far as what to do with my money, and it kind of blew my mind. So if I take this little bit and I do this is what I can come out with.
Right.
It's mind blowing at how simple it is. But because we're so closed minded, and because we're so stagnant and comfortable in what we were taught, we shut it down.
Yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of us, we kind of lack discipline a little bit.
Exactly.
And that's,
Yeah.
we're quick to hold each other hold you as my friend to the fire. If you miss my birthday, or you miss something in general that has to do with me, I'm going to hold you to the fire, hold you accountable for certain things. However, we don't hold ourselves accountable. To me, I think that's something we need to start doing, and being disciplined with our money. Just being able to put aside and save and say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to go to District 41, or I'm not going to do these things this week because I know I'm spending $70-$80 there, where I could just put this into a mutual account or IRA or something of that nature, where I can grow my money over time. And over time, if I want to open a business later or something, I have those funds, I have that opportunity. It's nothing worse than having an opportunity and not having the funds or something to be able to do that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely live for now. We definitely live for now. Like, how significant in 20 years, how significant is what we're going to buy today going to be then? because we're not purchasing houses. We're not. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not.
You're not
We're
buying anything
not
that appreciates
buying
value.
anything. Right. We're not buying anything. We're spending money on name brands and things that have so little value.
We are the number one consumer
In America.
And that is, it would be awesome if we had the funds to do that.
We
know
do.
what I'm saying? Well, we have the funds to do that, but
Yeah.
it's not going in our pockets. That's what I'm saying. Or our bank accounts. It's being spent out.
We have the funds to do it, but I don't even want to say lack the knowledge, because some people know. They just
Yeah, they know
decide
better.
to do that. You
Yeah.
know better, you decide to do it. But as a collective, we do lack the knowledge to utilize those funds and put them towards something that's going to get us, value over time. I mean, nobody hits, like, say for example, you're in the military, you get a sign-on bonus. You know what I'm saying? $40,000, $75,000, however much you get on for that sign-on bonus. Nobody thinks, oh, let me put this towards some land to buy some land. No one thinks, let me put this towards my mortgage and pay it down some. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, let me go get a new car. Let me go get,
Exactly.
this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Because, you get nigga rich, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
That self-satisfaction is...
Exactly. And that's what we get taught
It's a
growing
curse,
up. That's what we
yeah.
get taught in the music. That's what we get taught in the movies. That's what we get taught in the shows. Like, oh yeah, you gotta get the freshest clothes, the flyest shoes. You gotta get the baddest bitches. You gotta spend money on them. You gotta do all these other things that's cancerous to our development and our growth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's been embedded in our culture, and it's continuing to be embedded in our culture as we continue through life and grow. So that's another part where it needs to change. Because when you're an adult, you can discern between, okay, yeah, this is right, this is wrong, this is stupid, this is smart. But as a child, when that's all you hear, you know what I'm saying, you grow up on that, that's all you know.
Right.
Knowledge is power. So if you only know this ignorant knowledge, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to go very far. So,
Right. And that's what you're going to teach your children. And that's what your children are going to teach their children. It's a never-ending cycle. I mean, how many generations are we, it's been identified. We didn't come up with this. How many generations are we going to allow to pass us without making a stand, without saying something, without attempting to teach? Because realistically, you can teach yourself how to be financially stable, but it's a mindset.
Absolutely.
It's personal development.
You're pretty much killing yourself every day financially. Like your old self, kind of like Christianity. It's a verse in the Bible that says you have to kill yourself to your sin daily, pretty much. So that being said, you kind of have to do the same thing when it comes to finances. Man, maybe I really want to go to say District 41 or Wing Bistro or something like that. I want to go there, and it's okay to go there at certain times of your month or week or whatever, but however, you need to set a budget and say, hey, well, maybe I shouldn't go there 5 times out of the month.
Right.
Maybe I should go there maybe 3 times, and I can pocket a certain amount of money and be able to put it to something different.
Right.
Paying down debt snowballing something.
Yeah.
Or
That snowball's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, fixing your credit. It's major, but we don't
that
focus
hard.
on it. It's
No,
not
it's
that
really
hard.
not,
It's just
yeah.
they're literally. It's like going to the gym. You really don't want to do it, but once you're there and you actually are doing it, you actually feel good about
It's
yourself.
not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It don't hurt that bad.
Right.
But it's just actually going or actually committing to do it.
It's actually a really good analogy, because you go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I ain't trying to go. You know what I'm saying? You go to the
You
gym.
will fight yourself all day. I do it myself.
We are our
Facts.
biggest enemies.
Exactly. I do not want to go. I don't want to go to the gym. But why? I feel better. I sleep better at the end of the day. I'm actually helping my body at the end of the day. Same thing with your finances. You're helping your financial body when you save or you discipline yourself. But we just don't. It's
A proactive attempt.
Yeah,
Literally.
but it's literally like the perfect analogy. Like, you don't want to go, you go, it burns while you're working out. When you go home, it's like, damn, like this really hurts after you're done working out, because you feel, sore and stuff like that. Same thing with your finances. Like, damn, I got this bill I got to pay. I want to pay the bill.
Yeah.
Damn, it burns while I'm paying the bill. It hurts paying this bill.
For
Then
now.
I want to go eat this, but I know I can't eat this because I just paid this bill. But at the end of the day, you're still helping yourself. You're still
Right.
progressing your bank account, your financial situation. You're progressing all those things at the same time. So,
And it takes time to see your results when you go to the gym, right?
right, exactly.
I'm looking for results 5 minutes after I get out the gym.
Me
Like,
too.
Right.
realistically,
Heck yeah.
it takes about a month. We are impatient.
Yeah.
Me and I
Instant
I can't say
gratification.
I can't say we without saying myself. I want it to happen right now. That is a generational curse that we have naturally been taught. We want instant results. We don't want to suffer for, not necessarily suffer, but be uncomfortable for a certain season in order to see the fruits of our labor.
Right.
Why does it need to be right now?
Exactly. You think
Go through the fire, because the fire is put there for a reason.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that myself, but
and
I'm working on it.
I think that's
It's
why
gonna be all right.
we're-
It's gonna be so hot for so long.
Right.
Exactly. I think that's why we're kind of skeptical as a community of like get rich quick schemes and all that, this and the third. But we'll see. I think we don't even know sometimes what opportunities are out there.
Facts. Or
You
we
know
don't
what
even
I'm
know what they look like.
And we're
Like,
so
I've seen a video
skeptical
you like,
about
I don't
them
know.
that we I don't even want to try it, because I think it's that thing. You're
Right.
doing that thing. I don't know what it is. It seems sketchy
It's
or
abnormal.
abnormal.
But
or
what are
something
you
like
doing? What do you have to lose? What are you doing that is helping you achieve your goals? And if it's working a 9 to 5 and you're getting there, I work a 9 to 5.
I do too.
What a coincidence. So do I.
So, but the thing is, you're using your 9 to 5 to finance your dreams, and that's where we forget. Like we always say, hey, we trying to train our children up to, I guess, grow and get educated so they can go to college and get a good job. And then what happens after you get that good job, or if you get that good job?
Right.
What happens? Your level of happiness, is that going to go up? Like, is it going to go down? What are you going to go from there? Like, it kind of, high school kind of trains you up, so it's like
It institutionalized this.
Yeah, it's like a cookie cutter mold where I don't know what happens at the end. What am I supposed to do once I get the good job? Because I have a decent job. It has a decent job. You have a decent job. But if you don't know what to do after that, you're just going to go through a cycle every day, kind of like cattle. Like, you're going to be there just for 50 years, just there, not progressing. And well, I'm not going to say not progressing, but you're not.
I mean, you don't progress. You become stagnant because
you're
the same
gonna be
thing.
stagnant.
I mean, you might progress in your job. You might get a $2 raise. You might get if your salary, you might get a 2-3% raise.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's
a drop in
never
the bucket.
really enough.
Yeah.
And were we really put here to be complacent? That's why a lot of us are so depressed with our jobs. Gary, you said earlier that I got tired of doing the same thing. We were not created to do the same thing. We're not machines. We're people.
Absolutely.
It's natural that we want to make an impact and we want to create an influence. We don't want to do the same thing, and that's why a lot of us are unhappy at our jobs, because what are we really working so hard towards?
Someone else's dream.
Exactly.
What's the prize at the end?
Right. Oh, my paycheck. Amazing. I had to wait 13 days for my paycheck. Seriously? I just think that's a lack of self-worth.
I got you.
That's why I say a lot of times being successful is not the amount of money in your bank account.
It's definitely
It's accomplishing a personal plateau that you have with yourself that a lot of people will never be able to achieve, because the definition of success varies.
Subjective.
It's right. And to me, like, absolutely, my bank account matters, but me knowing me and what I stand for and the influences that I have on other people, it's not compatible to my bank account. Is my bank account important? Absolutely. But
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I get you. Go
It
ahead.
is. No, we need money to survive, you know.
Definitely.
It's not bad to want money, but
Right.
when you want money for the wrong reasons, that's when it gets convoluted, and that's when things start to get a little spooky, because now you start furthering your situation into the depths of this financial
you
genocide.
become
to speak
desperate
of.
for it.
Yeah, you become desperate for it. You
Right.
start, doing things that you normally wouldn't do to get money. Take that however you want, whatever that is, for that specific person. But I mean, we always chase this thing, and that's why I say it's the root of all evil, because it's not the root of all evil, but it is the cause of evil. You know what I'm saying? In the sense, because it's like, okay, and I feel like that could be anything though. You know
I
what
would
I'm saying?
say it's more along the lines. It's not even the root of all evil. It's attention. Attention is now kind of the root of all evil. It's not like people. You can see all the things that people do for likes on Instagram
Facts.
or Facebook, or just to be accepted at their job, or just the things people do just to feel wanted, accepted, and loved.
Right.
It's attention now, bro. Like,
The need to fill a void.
yeah,
We don't
it's
even know how many voids are instilled in us as we're growing up.
Right.
And we don't recognize them until we become adults and start to think independently. But we don't pay attention to our actions. We don't pay attention to, why am I in the same place so many times in my life? What am I missing?
Right.
And that's why I said personal growth. Like, yes, financial literacy is very important, and we all need to know it and understand it. But hand in hand, personal growth, understanding yourself, because without you growing personally, would you have been able to identify the voids in your life?
I definitely wouldn't. I would have just been following a trend of going.
Because we're
Whatever is
natural born
normal.
followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever is normal for you.
Whatever's
Yeah.
normal. I'm going to, what was it? I used to go on Tuesdays. I used to go to Manhattan's. Wednesdays, the Alley. Thursdays, Fridays. Fridays, Friday happy hour. Saturday. It's just a trend, and I got tired of it. And then just going to work after that and just beating myself down and wondering where all my money is going. What am I doing? Why am I spending this much money? And I just want to have fun and have a good time. However, it's such thing as like too much fun. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I feel like we as a community we have too much fun. What are we celebrating?
Yeah.
What are we celebrating?
I think who said that? Somebody said something like that. They were saying, like, you going out all the time and spending all this money, and you still broke. So what are you celebrating for?
Right.
Yeah.
What is the real prize at the end of the road? Like, I feel like true happiness comes from sacrifice and pain.
Yeah.
In order to know what happiness is, you had to endure pain. You had to endure sacrifice. You had to deal with certain things in your life in order to know what happiness feels like.
Absolutely.
Don't go out for 3 weeks and then go out. It's going to feel so different, but it's still going to be the exact same.
Get to know yourself.
Absolutely.
I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
solace. There's
and that-
so much peace in getting to know yourself. It's a peace that a lot of us, we don't understand because we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, and it's like it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard thing to do. I remember back in the day, the squad, we used to talk about, y'all used to school me all the time, like, yeah, get to know yourself, right? Why are you doing this, that, and the third? Like, get to know yourself.
Yeah.
And I put it off for so long, just
Thank you.
not trying
No
to, I was pretty much not focusing on myself, trying to figure out, like, just trying to focus on having fun. And at the end of the day, that ended up hurting me. And I saw all my friends, like, progressing. And then when I'm growing up in age, and I'm like, yo, why are they progressing, and what am I doing? What's wrong with me? Why am I not progressing? Why am I still feel like I'm in a stagnant loop? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I always tell people, and especially in the Black community, we need to do this. Love yourself first. Learn to be happy with yourself first. If you can't be happy with yourself, you'll never be happy with somebody else. It's never gonna work out. So you always have to find. That is definitely true. You always have to find self happiness. You always have to find your self worth. You have to know what you're worth. Know what you're willing to settle for. Then when somebody comes around, you can then share that happiness with them. If they aren't happy with themselves yet, it might not work, but you might be able to help them through it because you're like, look, I did it. Maybe I can help you out with it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
A foundation.
Right, exactly. Because we're always quick to turn our backs on people too, especially Black people. We be like, all right, well, you know, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna focus on me, and as long as I'm good, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't right, then hey, good luck.
That's the thing. We cannot do that anymore. We have to break that. We have to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper. We have to make a change now. Like the
white community does it.
The white community definitely does that. And
they take care of their own. You better believe it.
Exactly.
Their conversations are different than ours. Their way of life is different than ours. Like if you compare cultures, and I don't necessarily mean just the Black and white culture, compare all of the different cultures. What is the one thing that the Black community doesn't do that every other culture does?
Unity.
That, and they share success. It's very hard for people to give us the blueprint when it comes to, okay, you made it here. How did you make it?
Like
it's so hard to get that information from somebody in the Black community.
But in the white community,
they talk about investments all day. It's in their everyday conversation, the stock market, what, you know, where I need to invest my money. Right. Meanwhile, in the Black community, we're worried about, no shame to Cardi B, she doing her thing, but how was
now?
Yeah, true.
But go ahead.
Why? What is that doing for us? It's just time for us to cease being natural born followers.
Right.
For sure.
Seriously, we need to. Because the proof is in the pudding. It's so evident that it's so easy to bypass. Why were we kept from learning certain things? Why was our attention diverted? Because the enemy knew if we were given these tools, what we would do with them. None of us in here are over the age of 30. Look at the mindsets that we have. Do you know how many people that are in their 40s and 50s that couldn't sit and have this conversation that we're having right now?
Facts.
That is monumental.
Yeah, for sure.
Monumental. Because what? We took advantage of what some of our parents went through. That stood out to us, right?
Absolutely.
It didn't stand out to, you know, because we were so busy paying attention to the insignificant things as far as having too much fun and getting my nails done, and it's simple things. It could be a slew of things. The millennial mindset is a powerful thing, and we need to take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
And once we've taken advantage of it and we've mastered our craft and master whatever we want to do, give back. It's nothing to give free game. Like it is nothing. And just put it back out there. We need to really focus on like being just networking with one another. If I guarantee you can give me like something I can take from you somehow, some way. Like we network, but we network as a consumer. Like you could tell me, hey bro, like I could talk to you right now and ask you, hey bro, who has the best wings? Where can I go to get the best wings? Or where can I go to get a sneaker? What if I want to get the Travis Scotts? Where can I go get them? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Right.
bro, go to StockX, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Why can't it be for finances or
creating our own
businesses or
right.
like where do you want to go? Like, how can you, I guess, tell me how to grow a business? Can you tell me how I can start a franchise or I can invest in real estate? What we need to have free game out here. Absolutely. Circulating, because they're definitely circulating free game to one another. So why can't we do the same thing?
Yeah. That's why I commend a lot of the local people that I know, like my boy Tone. He's a real estate guy. You know, he does real estate, he does house flipping, all that stuff, and you know he's starting his own course where he's gonna be telling people how to get into real estate, how to invest, how to flip houses and things like that. And he's 28. You know what I'm saying? Young dude.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, and I respect him for it. I mean, it's dope. Like, bro, like, ain't nobody out here doing what you're doing at that age that's black. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you're giving that back to the community. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? Because if all of us got on the same page and all became homeowners and all started buying real estate, buying land, because guess what? If you own land in Suffolk, right, and Walmart wants to open up in Suffolk, guess what? Your land is on prime real estate. Like, hey, we're going to cut you a check for X amount of $1 million. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you can negotiate with them, like, okay, well, I don't want to check for just one payment. I want to have you guys charge. I want to charge you guys like a rental fee. So like you basically use my land, but I get a portion of sales or whatever. I mean, there's many different ways to make money, and once you start realizing all those ways to make money, then we'll be good. And I also recommend, you know, if you are in a situation like that or any situation where there's money on the table, talk to a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? If they're a good lawyer, they're gonna have your best interest in mind, and they'll be able to teach you different ways how to make money. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Now we talked a lot about like a lot of the issues we have, so let's talk about some solutions. So like I mentioned before, you know, I feel like, you know, when we go to high school, we're taught, okay, you're gonna choose where you're gonna go to college at, you're gonna choose your career path. I feel like that should be moved up to middle school in conjunction with financial classes. Learn how to do taxes, learn how to invest, learn how to budget. You know what I'm saying? All these things are important to live. They're life skills that we need to make it out here. Right. So teach all that in middle school, make the kids decide, okay, I want to be a scientist. Okay, you want to be a scientist, so we're going to set up your high school curriculum to go strictly towards science. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a mathematician, strictly math. You want to be a historian, strictly history. You know what I'm saying? If what you want to do is media, they go, okay, we'll get you some mass communication classes, and we'll get you some, you know, core classes, because you know you want to be kind of educated, so we'll get you some English, we'll get you your marketing classes, you know, we'll get you all these things to help you do media, whatever it is you want to do. You know what I'm saying? There's enough money to be made out here. There's enough jobs for everybody to have out here. It's just a matter of having that direction and knowing what you want to do, which we don't. You know, we get to high school, a lot of people don't decide what they want to do till they're a senior. And even then, they go to college, change majors 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And now you $60,000, $80,000 in college debt. You know what I'm saying? That's a monster to pay off. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, I mean, we need to really change the education system first, because I feel like that's what's going to build that foundation for the next generations coming up to be put in a better position.
Right. And in order to do that, we have to educate ourselves.
Right.
For the people that have, you know, been through those situations, have changed their major 3 and 4 times, we need to instill that in the children that are growing up. Hey, I was a bit confused when I got out of high school, because what I didn't know what I wanted to do, and B, didn't know how to get there. So that's something that needs to be taught. Kings raise kings and queens raise queens, right? So if you develop a mindset, birds of a feather
flock together.
Exactly. So if I'm surrounded by people that generate a lot more than I do, eventually what's going to happen to me?
Right. Naturally, you'll start generating the same.
Exactly. And a lot of us don't understand that. I had to realize that my circle wasn't necessarily beneficial to my focus.
Right.
Once I learned that, it was, I'm not going to say easy, but it helped me mold my mentality because I was surrounded by people that had done that, that had been through that, that were accomplishing the things that they needed to. We got to learn how to protect our energy.
I don't mean to cut you off. So anybody that's listening, make sure it is not bad, it's not frowned upon to take a step back from your current friends, because sometimes
definitely.
they might not have the same mindset as you, and
Might not be ready.
right,
Definitely.
they might not be ready. And at the end
we
of
all
the day,
grow at different times.
at the end of the day, that can hold you back from what you ultimately want to do. And I know a lot of people, they love their friends, and that's understandable. But at the end of the day, you have to love yourself. Like I said, you have to love yourself first. So you got to learn how to love yourself and do what's best for yourself. And try to bring your friends along with you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But if they're unwilling to do that, and their values and direction don't line up with what you want to do, then no hard feelings, but you ain't gonna see me around as much. I'm gonna still fuck with you, but it's not gonna be.
Don't be afraid to be the
often.
example either.
Right.
You never know. Like, you never know in what way you're being used.
Exactly.
You never know. And look at our culture could really use people to shift the mindset of people.
Right.
Exactly. Like, our culture can be used, like she said, by any. God can use anybody. That's what I like to say. I say that now. Look, if you could look at Kanye, for example.
And shouts out to Kanye, man, because I definitely, I mean, some people might not be rocking what he's talking about, but he's actually spitting facts. If you listen to his recent interviews, he was talking about how, when he was writing music and stuff, he was writing it for the wrong reasons as far as like the message he was putting out.
Yeah.
When he was like, look, I mean, I'm just trying to promote positivity. I'm just trying to make sure people get what they want. Yeah, because he was telling like, I used to rap about, you gotta have the bad bitch, you gotta have all this money, all this jewelry and stuff like that. But that's really not important. He got a family now. He understands that.
Yep.
He's become leveled. Some people say he's in a sucking place, but I mean, that's in my opinion, that's ignorant, because I mean, he's leveled out. You know what I'm saying? He's not wilding out no more. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a welcome change of pace.
It definitely is.
I'm extremely proud of him.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I said, God can use anybody. Like, I saw a post the other day with Jasmine Cashmere or whatever.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, she's a freaking pastor now. Like, God can really use everybody.
Yeah, that was wild. I saw you post that earlier. Yeah, that was wild.
I know it's random, but yeah, that's what I was.
And don't let our struggles do not define us.
They definitely don't.
I feel like our struggle, we look at our struggle and all the things that could have kept us back from accomplishing things. No, those were God-given tools in order for you have an advantage when you've been through something.
Right.
Seriously, like, we go through things in life for a reason, because think about if you weren't put in a certain situation, what type of person would you be? Mm-hmm. What type of advantage would you have if you didn't go through something? I wouldn't be me if I didn't utilize my struggle as an advantage.
Right.
Yeah, and that's growth for real, because at first I really didn't understand what she was saying. She said she used to tell me this all the time. I would never take back all the things that happened to me, all the negativity and everything that just happened to me. I would never take. I'm like, what? Are you crazy, bro? Like, I would take all that stuff back. And then I started thinking, like, man, I wouldn't even be who I am right now if it wasn't for all the struggles, if it wasn't for me wilding out on Facebook, or me going to the alley, or if it wasn't me doing just acting reckless, I wouldn't be me. And I'm so in love with myself now. So, and that being said, that allows me to love others and be a better friend and be a better boyfriend, and to be better, just be better, be a better son, all that. So
opens up your mind to learning.
It definitely does.
When you learn yourself, it's a lot easier to learn things that you were uncomfortable with. Right. Because you're like, dag, if I can learn me, and I thought, this was locked and loaded, then wow, what are the other things that I'm just pushing over? Didn't make sense, so I'm just gonna not pay attention to it. That's why I said personal growth goes hand in hand with financial literacy. It does. Because in order for you to be receptive to something, you need to mentally excel. You do. You just, it's a mental game. life is a mental battle.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned the Wilin Out and all that stuff you used to be doing. Shouts out to you, Reese. You know, I'm glad you both got together. You know, I'm happy to see y'all together. I'm happy to see everything working. You know, you really leveled them out, and you know, y'all, and you already on that path anyway. You know, as far as leveling out, you know, you started looking to get in a house. So I mean, I already know you were on that path, but I feel like she helped further that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both
definitely did.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time, bro, I cannot do a lot. Well, I can, but
it'd be more difficult.
Winning ain't as good without her. For real. Like, I know it sounds cheesy, but that's my
real.
That's
I
my
like
girl.
cheesy.
Yeah.
I see you got the yellow hoodie on. Me too. Yeah. Some cheesy people today. But I mean, yeah. That's real though. I mean, I definitely think y'all definitely compliment each other very well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both building something together, which is important. You know what I'm saying? And that's y'all are gonna help further that agenda as far as, you know, bringing our people up and bringing our people on the right path, showing them things that they need to get on the right path financially. You know,
right.
That's right.
And speaking of that, what can people do to get on that right path financially? What are some things that you guys would recommend for people to do as far as investing, as far as where to put their money? What would you recommend for people?
Reading is fundamental.
Okay.
There's so many resources out here. It's not even funny. Literally, we carry around a computer with us all day, every single day.
Right.
We have access to Facebook, Instagram. So I mean, it's study the people that you aspire to be like. You know, I make sure I make it my business to read something or to learn something that I didn't know. You want to learn how to be an engineer. Study engineers. Read on engineering. Literally, the stuff that they're teaching is right there in your hand. Utilize your resources. Build as an individual. Self-development. I mean, it's a journey. It's a journey, but all you have to do is start.
Absolutely.
And just think to yourself, you know, once you start to learn your worth and you start to figure out, you know, your purpose, everything else falls into place. Sometimes we plan way too far instead of focusing on the now.
Right.
So I feel like we should just utilize our tools, and money is a tool.
Absolutely.
And we all use money. Everyone needs to know financial literacy, because the rich wouldn't be rich without us. Without the middle population, because who helps the higher market? Who helps them?
The middle class. Everybody that uses their products, their facilities, their resources. They're
Right,
the
but
ones that fund them.
Right, but typically, as far as their financial situations, you have the large financial institutions. The rich help the rich, right? But who helps the lower income market?
The government. Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Who helps the middle income market?
Who helps us?
Nobody.
Which is the majority.
It's us.
Some of us do, but I mean,
Right,
not,
some of
not
us,
everybody.
not too many of us. So the middle income market is literally the market that needs to assist both.
Right.
Be a martyr for both, if that makes sense. You know, it's. Don't get me started.
No, I mean that's facts though, because I mean it's like, okay, I'm doing good in life, but okay,
Is
now
it enough?
Now I'm getting hit over the head with taxes. Now I'm getting hit over the head with bills. I don't get any assistance because I make just enough to make it by, just to struggle, but I don't get anything to help me live comfortably.
Right.
You know, I have to live on the edge all the time. So I mean that is an issue with the middle class. You know, when you're lower class,
we just need to learn a little bit more.
Exactly.
Just a little bit more. And just because we don't understand something doesn't mean it's impossible.
right.
It's very doable. It's very doable. Anybody can reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer questions, and still I don't know everything. I'm still in the middle, we're still in the middle of our journey ourselves. But we can, if we all come together, we can master our journey.
And that's facts.
Easily.
What's your Instagram or Facebook? Basically?
Wow, it's really long. I kind of just got embarrassed.
Your Facebook. Then,
My Facebook is Reese Amore Me Love, and my Instagram is Indifferently Perfect.
Okay, how do you spell your Facebook?
It's ReeseAmoree. Wow, I was very extra when I made this. Love.
Okay.
And Instagram, I don't even want to try to spell it out
You don't
loud.
have to spell it.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Indifferently Perfect.
Indifferently perfect. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's Gary Carter, or Gary Alexander Carter.
Yeah, what's that Instagram name? Go ahead.
I mean, hey, mine's is Cartier underscore Carter 94.
Carter.
Yeah,
Cartier.
pretty much. Yeah.
Since 94.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess the free game that I could kind of give is to, one, if you can, buy books on investing in real estate. That's kind of what sparked my, I guess, mindset. Investing in real estate. What else? Income protection. Income protection is extreme.
Yes, it is.
What happens to you if something tragic happens? And we're all young and we think like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me. We live in Newport News, for Christ's sake. We live in the 75.
We live in 2019.
Exactly. Nothing is promised.
Yeah.
There's been people that I thought that never would leave this earth, but they have. And where are their families now? What is going on? That's one thing that I hate to see. I hate seeing GoFundMe. I hate seeing that because it's like,
we could have prevented it.
We could have prevented it. You definitely could have made the few minor savings that you could put aside that you would be put in the ground properly and your family would be taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's another thing? Group economics, just focusing on trying to build each other up and networking. Free game.
Definitely.
Just give people free game. That's all they need.
Right.
That you may think it may not be anything, but that could be worth a million words to them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
and you won't know the effects of that free game if you don't give it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. I give free game all day.
Exactly.
What you do with it is on you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to act on it, then by all means act on it. I'm happy for you. That's gonna help further everything along. If you don't want to act on it, cool. I did my part. You know, so I did my due diligence. You know, but
another thing, stock markets. When I say group economics, also go. If you got a group of guys or girls, ladies, whatever you want to call it, if y'all are sitting down and y'all saving money and whatever, and you're in a better financial place because you've been self-developing, you can also just say, hey, you know what? Why am I paying this much of money for nails or bundles or something like that? Why can I not just open up my own store and sell it myself? Or why can't I just open up a corner store? Why can't me and my fellas do this? Why can't we open up a barbershop or just kind of get back to the, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but the Black Wall Street. I've read up on that multiple times, and it's like, where did this go? We were entrepreneurs back then. Why do we abandon our dreams, and why do we abandon our community back then?
White man slapped us down.
He slapped us down, but we need to be resilient.
Why did they do that?
Right.
Because we were a threat.
Exactly.
We thrived. We weren't just surviving. We were thriving. So that being said, it's time to get back to thriving instead of surviving.
Right.
You better say that, baby.
There you go. Yeah. No, that's facts. No, but so if people wanted to contact you guys and just, you know, chop it up and just get some information about how to, you know, invest or what tips you guys would have, they can reach out to you on social media, so Facebook, Instagram. That would be safe to assume.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Anytime.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, I don't want to hold y'all for too long, so I think we'll kind of start wrapping up with that. Do you guys have anything that you guys want to add on a concluding note? I love this question. It's always like awkward silence after.
No, it's like because when you asked, it was like 18 different things like came to my mind. But I want to tell anybody that is in the season in their life where they feel as though they're stagnant or whatever they're dealing with is unbearable. I want to be a reminder that if you didn't have something that was useful or impactful to other people, you wouldn't be tested. You wouldn't have to go through so much.
Right.
So keep going. If you're not going through something and you have a goal, keep going. Put a Band-Aid on it and keep going. You need somebody to vent to, call me. I need somebody to vent to too. I can't always talk to him.
No, I got you.
Just keep
It be
going.
like that.
Like blood, sweat, and tears. Like, you can do it.
Okay.
That is what I would say.
Okay.
You can do it.
You definitely.
It's a hard
can.
act to follow, Gary. You got it?
I don't know. That
I mean, do you share the sentiments?
Nah, I just want to say, really, just keep God first. I had, like, he kind of really, in life, we kind of stray away from him and try to go our own path and whatnot, and that's cool, but at the end of the day, we're going to always be rerouted to him. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, keep him first. When things get rough and your faith gets weak, just keep him first. What else can I say? I think
if I ask something real quick?
What?
I wanted to tell people not to be scared to question your faith, because when you question your faith, you start to ask questions, you start to get answers, and it starts to make it stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Indubitably.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Like,
Definitely.
nah, like, but for real, man, like, I had to do that. Like, I have to question. To me, like, I always put it like this: you question the things or people that you love. So it's only natural that you're gonna question God. I questioned God for a while. Like, God, why is this happening? What am I doing wrong? What, like, crying out, what is going on with me? Why? But at the end of the day, he can't show you the master plan, because if he did, you would try to pick apart this or say, God, I ain't doing this, that, and the third. No, I'm not doing it.
Right.
But those are all the things that you needed, so he can carry you through that journey, so you can be strong enough to go there and walk through that door of opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm so glad that I went through. I was almost borderline atheist or whatever, but I guess God rerouted me and stirred me back and brought me back in and just changed my whole mindset. Brought me a beautiful woman, but just help me and change me, and it's just great. I'm eternally grateful for it.
And there is strength in your transgressions.
Yes,
And I know it's different levels to the stuff that we go through. But when you have so many different questions, and your mind is so filled with, why is this happening to me? Or, why isn't this happening to her? Why is my life so hard? When we're thinking about things that really hold no weight at all. Mm-hmm. It's power in what you have gone through.
Exactly.
I am living, breathing proof that it doesn't matter what the devil places in front of me. I'm going to look back on it and say, I've been through that. Mm-hmm. I know how to get through this, and I can teach somebody else how to get through it.
He will never give you more than you can bear. And that being said, like, when the times that you at your lowest and you don't think that you could go on, like she said, keep pushing. That's one of the things that God has given us, pretty much the fruit of longevity. Fruit of I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
you said it right. Go ahead.
It's pretty much being able to weather the storm. A lot of times we quit and give up because things aren't going right. I know you probably, as an entrepreneur yourself, you probably experience this where it's like, dang man, why the heck am I doing this? Why am I still doing the 75Junction if I'm only getting a couple of views or here and there? Or
right.
People aren't, my closest friends aren't even watching, or this, that, and the third. Like, why do I keep doing this? What is my purpose in doing this?
That's the devil.
And it's the devil, but the thing is, just keep going through it. God will guide you through all that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Don't give up.
Powerful ending sentence. I like it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's an honor. And I want to say one last thing, bro. Sherman, we talking about networking, man. I just want to commend you, bro.
Yes.
Because what you doing right now, when I told you back in the day, like, yo, I really think this could be bigger than the Black Chris Club, bro. I believe it. Like,
I appreciate
you
that,
are
bro.
doing something. You are creating that network for multiple people. You don't know how many people you're blessing, bro. Like, yeah, people may waste your time or do this, that, and the third. Like, BS you on the interviews or whatever. Keep doing what you're doing, bro, because you are blessing this community. I don't know if you realize that, but you are, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Makes me want to keep going. I definitely appreciate that, man. I appreciate you guys for showing interest and wanting to come up here and
Thanks
give
for
my
having
platform, my
us.
opportunity.
It was,
Absolutely.
it was
Happy
an
to have
honor.
you.
Definitely an honor.
I'm glad we had this conversation because, like I said, I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had. I feel like it's information that people need to receive. So, that's my take on it, though. So, all right, y'all. I guess we'll wrap it up with that. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow Reese and Gary on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit them up if you guys want some information as far as how to be more financially literal, more competent with financial literacy.
Yeah.
There you
All
that good stuff.
Right. If you want to build on yourself and just invest in yourself and bet on yourself, make sure you guys reach out to them because they definitely are a wealth of information. They definitely have a lot of information and knowledge for you guys to have. So,
And
again, I appreciate you guys.
We will tell you or
Absolutely.
find another
Right.
answer for you.
Absolutely.
Strength is in numbers.
Facts. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all.
All right.
All right. 75 Junction out.